Hello, hello. For today's lesson, we are reading about a series of events that result in getting very, very hard. So please study with me. Then the Lord said to Moses, "Go to Pharaoh and speak to him. This is what the Lord, the God of the Hebrews, says. Let my people go, so that they may serve me. For if you refuse to let them go and continue to hold them, behold, the hand of the Lord will come with a very severe plague on your livestock, which are in the field, on the horses, on the donkeys, on the camels, on the herds, and on the flocks. But the Lord will make a distinction between the livestock of Israel and the livestock of Egypt, so that nothing will die of all that belongs to the sons of Israel." And the Lord set a definite time, saying, "Tomorrow the Lord will do this thing in the land." So the Lord did this thing the next day, and all the livestock of Egypt died, but not one of the livestock of the sons of Israel died. And Pharaoh sent men, and they learned that, behold, not even one of the livestock of Israel was dead. But the heart of Pharaoh was hardened, and he did not let the people go. The Lord said to Moses and Aaron, "Take for yourselves handfuls of soot from a kiln, and Moses shall toss it toward the sky in the sight of Pharaoh. Then it will become fine dust over all the land of Egypt, and will turn into boils, breaking out with sores on every person and animal through all the land of Egypt." So they took the soot from a kiln and stood before Pharaoh, and Moses tossed it toward the sky, and it became boils, breaking out with sores on every person and animal. The soothsayer priests could not stand before Moses because of the boils, for the boils were on the soothsayer priests as well as on all the Egyptians. But the Lord hardened Pharaoh's heart, and he did not listen to them, just as the Lord had spoken to Moses. Then the Lord said to Moses, "Rise up early in the morning and stand before Pharaoh, and say to him, 'This is what the Lord, the God of the Hebrews, says. Let my people go, so that they may serve me. For this time I am going to send all my plagues on you and your servants and your people, so that you may know that there is no one like me in all the earth. For I had now put out my hand and struck you and your people with plague. You would then have been eliminated from the earth. But indeed, for this reason I have allowed you to remain, in order to show my power and in order to proclaim my name throughout the earth. So you exalt yourself against my people by not letting them go. Behold, about this time tomorrow I will send a very heavy hail, such as has not been seen in Egypt from the day it was founded until now. So now send word, bring your livestock and whatever you have in the field to safety. Every person and animal that is found in the field and is not brought home when the hail comes down on them will die. Everyone among the servants of Pharaoh who feared the word of the Lord hurried to bring his servants and his livestock into the houses. But everyone who did not pay regard to the word of the Lord left his servants and his livestock in the field. Now the Lord said to Moses, "Reach out with your hand toward the sky, so that the hail may fall on all the land of Egypt, on every person and animal, and on every plant of the field throughout the land of Egypt." So Moses reached out with his staff toward the sky, and the Lord sent thunder and hail, and fire ran down to the earth, and the Lord rained hail on the land of Egypt, so there was hail and fire flashing intermittently in the midst of the hail, which was very heavy, such as had not occurred in all the land of Egypt since it became a nation. The hail struck everything that was in the field through all the land of Egypt, and from people to animals. The hail also struck every plant of the field, and shattered every tree of the field. Only the land of the Goshen, where the sons of Israel were, was there no hail. Then Pharaoh sent Moses and Aaron and said to them, "I have sinned this time. The Lord is the righteous one, and I and my people are the wicked ones. Plead with the Lord, for there has been enough of God's thunder and hail, and I will let you go, and you shall stay no longer." Moses said to him, "As soon as I go out of the city, I will spread my hands to the Lord, The thunder will cease, and there will no longer be hail, so that you may know that the earth is the Lord's. But as for you and your servants, I know that you do not yet fear the Lord. Now the flax and the barley were ruined, for the barley was in the ear, and the flax was in bud. But the wheat and the spelt were not ruined, for they ripened late. So Moses left the city from his meeting with Pharaoh, and spread out his hands to the Lord. And the thunder and the hail stopped, and rain no longer poured on the earth. But when Pharaoh saw that the rain and hail and thunder had stopped, he sinned again and hardened his heart, he and his servants. So Pharaoh's heart was hardened, and he did not let the sons of Israel go, just as the Lord had spoken through Moses. Then the Lord said to Moses, Go to Pharaoh, for I have hardened his heart, and the hearts of his servants, so that I may perform these signs of mine among them, and that you may tell in the presence of your son and of your grandson how I made a mockery of the Egyptians, and how I performed my signs among them, so that you may know that I am the Lord. So Moses and Aaron went to Pharaoh and said to him, This is what the Lord, the God of the Hebrews, says. How long will you refuse to humble yourself before me? Let my people go, so that they may serve me. For if you refuse to let my people go, behold, tomorrow I will bring locusts into your territory, and they will cover the surface of the land, so that no one will be able to see the land. They will also eat the rest of what has survived, what is left to you from the hail, and they will eat every tree of yours which grows in the field. Then your houses will be filled with them, together with the houses of all your servants and the houses of all Egyptians, something which neither your fathers nor your grandfathers has seen, from the day that they came upon the earth until this day. And then he turned and left Pharaoh. Then Pharaoh's servants said to him, How long shall this man be a snare to us? Let the people go, so that they may serve the Lord their God. Do you not yet realize that Egypt is destroyed? So Moses and Aaron were brought back to Pharaoh, and he said to them, Go serve the Lord your God, who specifically are the ones who are going. Moses said, We shall go with our young and our old, with our sons and our daughters. With our flocks and with our herds we shall go, for we must hold a feast to the Lord. And he said to them, So may the Lord be with you when I let you and your little ones go. Watch out, for evil is on your mind. Not so, go now, but only the men among you, and serve the Lord, since that is what you desire. So they were driven out from Pharaoh's presence. Then the Lord said to Moses, Reach out with your hand over the land of Egypt for locusts, so that they may come up on the land of Egypt and eat every plant of the land, everything that the hail has left. So Moses reached out with his staff over the land of Egypt, and the Lord directed an east wind on the land all that day and all that night. And when it was morning, the east wind brought the locusts. The locusts came up over all the land of Egypt and settled in all the territory of Egypt. They were very numerous. There had never been so many locusts, nor would there be so many again, for they covered the surface of the whole land, so that the land was darkened, and they ate every plant of the land and all the fruit of the trees, so that the hail had left. Therefore nothing green was left on the tree or plants of the field throughout the land of Egypt. Then Pharaoh hurriedly called for Moses and Aaron, and he said, I have sinned against the Lord your God and against you. So now please forgive my sin only this once, and plead with the Lord your God that he would only remove this death from me. Then he left Pharaoh and pleaded with the Lord. So the Lord shifted the wind to a very strong west wind, which picked up the locusts and drove them into the Red Sea. Not one locust was left in all the territory of Egypt. But the Lord hardened Pharaoh's heart, and he did not let the sons of Israel go. And the Lord said to Moses, Reach out with your hand toward the sky, so that there may be darkness over the land of Egypt, so a darkness which may be even a darkness which may be felt. So Moses reached out with his hand toward the sky, and there was thick darkness in all the land of Egypt for 3 days. They did not see one another, nor did anyone rise from his place for 3 days. But all the sons of Israel had light in their dwellings. Then Pharaoh called for Moses and said, "Go serve the Lord, only let your flocks and your herds be left behind. Even your little ones may go with you." But Moses said, "You must also let us have sacrifices and burnt offerings, so that we may sacrifice them to the Lord our God. Therefore our livestock too shall go with us. Not a hoof shall be left behind, for we shall take some of them to serve the Lord our God. And until we arrive there, we ourselves do not know with what we shall serve the Lord." But the Lord hardened Pharaoh's heart, and he was not willing to let them go. Then Pharaoh said to him, "Get away from me. Be careful, do not see my face again, for on the day you see my face you shall die." Moses said, "You have spoken correctly. I shall never see your face again." Now the Lord said to Moses, "One more plague I will bring on Pharaoh and on Egypt. After that he will let you go from here. When he lets you go, he will assuredly drive you out from here completely. Speak now so that the people hear, that each man is to ask of his neighbor, and each woman of her neighbor, articles of silver and articles of gold." And the Lord gave the people favor in the sight of the Egyptians. Furthermore, the man Moses himself was greatly esteemed in the land of Egypt, both in the sight of Pharaoh's servants and in the sight of the people. Then Moses said, "This is what the Lord says. About midnight I am going out into the midst of Egypt, and all the firstborn in the land of Egypt shall die, from the firstborn of Pharaoh who sits on his throne to the firstborn of the slave girl who is behind the millstones, all the firstborn of the cattle as well. So there shall be a great cry in all the land of Egypt, such as there has not been before, and such as shall never be again. But not even a dog will threaten any of the sons of Israel, nor anything from person to animal, so that you may learn how the Lord distinguishes between Egypt and Israel. And all these servants of yours will come down to me and bow themselves before me, saying, 'Go out, you and all the people who follow you.' And after that I will go out." And he left Pharaoh in the heat of anger. Then the Lord said to Moses, "Pharaoh will not listen to you, so that my wonders will be multiplied in the land of Egypt." So Moses and Aaron performed all the wonders before Pharaoh, yet the Lord hardened Pharaoh's heart, and he did not let the sons of Israel go out of his land. That was Exodus chapters 9, 10, and 11. I hope you enjoyed studying with me. God bless, and always remember, Jesus loves you.